Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Tonight, we're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Last night, we discovered some very interesting slip ups that, in my opinion, the stepfather, Daniel, who has not been publicly named a suspect, but there is still a lot of unanswered questions in this case. And today we're going to talk about more of those. So grab a snack, get your favorite beverage, and let's get started on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace. Smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong. But honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curves, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is December 17th, 2025. It is currently 7:22 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Tonight, we are on the case in Nova Scotia, Canada. A little out of Pictou County, Nova Scotia, a case with a 4 and a 6-year-old who has been missing uh, for several months now, since May 2nd, 2025. And last night we had a very, very interesting live, to say the very least. And this evening, we expect the same. Okay, good to see you all in chat. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate you. I think I've gotten maybe like 4 hours of sleep since probably the last time I saw you. But nonetheless, we're getting it on. Um, oh, you did, Shelby. I think I was about to as well. Good to see you all. Before we get started, if you don't mind, do me a big old favor and please hit that thumbs up button. Would be so, so thankful if we get to 1,000 thumbs up with both streams during this live. We have a chicken party, and you don't want to miss thy chicken party. I'm just saying. Let me say bonjour and hello to a few of you guys in chat here. Good to see you, Robin. Miss Joyce, hello. I emailed you back, by the way. Lily, good to see you. Susan, Angel of Light, how are you doing, honey? How you feeling? You doing okay? Lily, good to see you. Jen, hi, darling. Good to see you. How are you feeling, hun? Canadian Cookie, how are you doing? How are you feeling? You guys, so many of y'all been not feeling good. I don't like that. I'm sorry y'all are feeling bad. Leslie, good to see you. Misty, Jennifer, good to see you. Forget me not. No way could I. Crazy Buck, good to see you. Anna Banana, Carol, True Crime Junkie, Sassy Cat, Robin Groom, Shelby, Red Moon Bliss, Connie Cruz, Tina Long, good to see you. Gray Wolf, hello. Butterfly Kisses, hello. Tracy, good to see you. V Oakley, Tropicana, hello. Shannon Harris, Meemaw, Daphne, hello, darling. Good to see you. Lily, hello. Callie, bonjour. Let's see here. Watch Save Kids, hello. Good to see you, my dear. Butterfly Kisses, hi, darling. V Oakley, Jennifer, good to see you. Esther, hello. Lily, good to see you. Andrea, bonjour. Shelby, hello. Good to see everyone up in here, up in here. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Oh, thank you, Miss Holly. Appreciate you, darling. Thank you, lovies. Appreciate that, baby. You received one of those pearl necklaces. Make sure you give our Holly a big old thank you. Holly, thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Wishing you and your husband, Lloyd, a beautiful, beautiful Christmas, my friend, and all the blessings to you guys in the new year. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and thank Sarah, too, for becoming a member. Welcome to the Pearl family, Miss Sarah. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you, my love. Good to see you. And thank you. Y'all welcome Sarah as our newest Pearl. Good to see you, Miss Sarah. I got so excited. Turned your song up so loud, my neighbors won't be impressed. So thank you so much, Sarah. Appreciate that. It gets you going, right? You got to get that motivation going, right? So I completely understand, completely. Oh, thank you, Miss Canadian Cookie. How are you, darling? Good to see you. Appreciate you very much, Miss Canadian. Appreciate that, Miss Canadian. You received one of those pearl necklaces. Make sure you give our girl, Miss Canadian Cookie, a big old thank you as well. Thank you so much, Miss Canadian, and wishing you and your beautiful family a blessed holiday season and just blessings in the upcoming new year. My dear, appreciate that very much. Truly, thank you. All I want for Christmas is a pearl. You're funny. Thank you, Canadian. Hey, Gypsy. Good to see you. MSC. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so last night, we were going over some stuff, And like I say, guys, I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, we've heard this already or we've seen this already. But I am telling you, I am the living embodiment that you can absolutely hear something months, even years later, of something you have never, ever noticed before in an interview. And last night we were talking, and I went crazy. Like I flipped my chair almost, literally, almost flipped my chair because Daniel in DT's Drunk Turkey, I think that's what it stands for, his channel, when he did that interview, Daniel, remember when I said there was something to Daniel talking about those car keys? Remember? Today I'm going to explain more about that and a lot more. I knew there was something about those keys because you don't you don't speak like that. That's not a natural pattern. That is something that is inserted for a reason. In my opinion, Daniel, and just anyone, in my opinion, in his position, is going to try to get ahead of what they're trying to get ahead of, right? Um, what is it? Oh, is it flooding there? I'm so sorry, Sassy. Of course. Yeah. So, tonight we're going to talk about some of that. And there's different ways that I go back and listen to things. If you know how if you're like, for instance, if you're blind, your other sentence your senses rather are heightened. And many times I will, if I'm in my car or whatever, I'll listen to it while I'm driving because I don't want to see any face. I just want to hear. Just want to hear. Another great way is just getting the transcript and reading it yourself. And another great way is truly slowing it down because when we're listening, we're waiting for the next word. We're not focusing on that word. We're waiting for the next word. And there's many, many different ways you can do this. But tonight, we're going to be digging a little bit into this. Thank you so much, Miss Maris. Hakuna Matata. I'm living in a world down under. Love you, Justin. I love you, Miss Maurice. I appreciate you. I adore you, friend. And thank you so much. Wishing you and your loved ones a Merry Christmas. I know it's the first without your beloved mama who love to watch this channel so much. And it's one of those things, you know, it's just one of those things. And make it the best you can. Make it the best you can, right? So thank you so much, beautiful Maurice. I appreciate you very, very much for your support. It does mean so much to me, truly. I couldn't do it without you guys. Okay. All right. I wonder if the fifth wheel floats. So I was thinking, and we were talking, I was talking to Daff and the others. By the way, Daphne, have we got a time on our Friday on our town hall? Did we get a solid time yet? Because Friday, day what is it, day after tomorrow? What is today? Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. Friday, day after tomorrow, we're going to have what I call a Pictou County town hall, right? We're coming in with our lipstick and everything, honey. Okay. And we are 7 p.m. Eastern. You can go to any of the channels, whoever you want to go to, or, you know, jump around. Doesn't matter. Uh, Myself, Daphne, Sunny, um, there went my mind. I can't think of the other names right now. It's limes, guys. It's just one of those things. Um, Starts with an S. Charmaine, thank you. I'll get it. I'll get it. Charmaine is joining, going to be live as well. Who else? Maybe Shenanigans. I think AB. And I think that's about it. I think that's about it. And we're going to really hash this case out because, it's, as creators, we essentially work alone, right? I mean, we communicate with, our respective uh, colleagues and, all of that, and other channel creators. But, they'll drop a video or a live, and then we'll kind of, you know, learn from, what they're learning at the time, or, when what we're learning. But when we're all up there together, it's going to be, yeah, Dr. Vana is also invited. Yes, of course. Um, Thank you, Kendra. Good to see you. So yeah, all of that. So, those should be scheduled later tonight or tomorrow. Okay, later tonight or tomorrow. So stick around for that. Okay. All right, guys. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, go ahead and please hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. Daphne did. She had a little thing taken off of her leg today. I've had things taken off my back. I know it's not fun. Okay. All right, guys. So let's get it started, shall we? Um so I want to first start with Daniel has just constantly changed his stories since day one. And let me tell you something. There is no need to change your story if it's true. Okay. Let me tell you something. Uh, Whenever I learned this in training, the reason people change their stories is they're trying to fix something. That's the only reason they change their story. There's no need to change your story about a missing child. You're only changing your story to fix something because there's a vulnerable spot there, a very vulnerable spot there. Okay. And boy, has Daniel done so, right? Has anyone seen or heard from SL? I have not, and I haven't heard from Carmelita either. I hope they're okay. I need to get in touch. I need to really get in touch with them. You know what I mean? Um, and you have Daniel constantly saying things like, this, people, they've spent so much money on this, and people's, uh, just so tired of searching and all of that. And innocent parents, innocent caregivers, they want the investigation to always go deeper, not quieter. They always want the investigation to go deeper, louder, not quieter. If you ever hear anyone that is saying something like this, it should raise, oh crap, what did I do? It should raise red flags. Always, always raise red flags. Okay. What did I do? Okay, here we go. All right, let's get it started, y'all. Shall we? So I want you, there's some things here that I noticed. Some things here that I noticed, and we're going to get right on into it. You know how to make a gal feel welcome. Oh, good, Cassie. We hope you feel welcome. That's the goal here. That's always the goal, for sure. Okay, let's get it started, y'all. So credit goes to the original. If you want to see the full video without my, without the crazy stuff that I have to put over it to keep it under fair use and stuff, you can go to DT's channel. Mods, please drop DT's channel. If you haven't been over there. Okay, so there's going to be times where I'm going to cover this more of it. I want to understand a little bit. Okay, because there's some very interesting things in here. Yeah, it is Dolphin. It really is. Good to see you, my friend.
And some of the investigators, when they were here, they came all the way down to the bedroom, sat on the bed, and we had a dead quiet. And they tried to open up the door. Well, I think it was Mom who went out there and opened and just closed the door, and he couldn't hear it from inside the bedroom, sitting on the bed with the bedroom door shut.
Okay, hold on one second.
So
I want it through my earphones. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this. Oh, why can't I fix this? Let me see if it'll work this way now.
Is the door heavy?
One second, guys. I apologize. Why can't I hear it out of there? Okay. I can't hear it out of there today. I don't know what I did. Let me see if I can fix this. I'm so sorry, guys. All right, here we go.
It is heavy, but when the kids got their hands on it, they would have to put both hands on it, and they could slide it closed.
Okay.
So it is possible for them to close it. They just need to, work at closing it.
Okay. Right there's one thing that I just noticed. Okay. Right there is one thing that I just noticed. It is possible. It says it is possible for them to open it and then close it. They just have to work together at closing it. Now, why are are kids going to work at closing this door whenever they don't normally close the door? Malaya says they normally don't close the door. Yeah, the dead quiet's one for sure. But listen to how he says it, right? He said, Malaya says they never close the door. Daniel is going to say here shortly that he sometimes doesn't even close the door or the gate. Remember, his mommy gets onto him, right? His mommy gets onto him. No, they are not going to close the door. Nope. Oh, I think he's junked in this interview for sure. Miss Tina Davis coming in clutch, girl. How you doing, ma'am? Good to see you. Really do appreciate. Hello, friends. Justin, looking fabulous. Thank you so much, girl. 14 months. How you doing? Appreciate you so much, Miss Tina. Thank you so much for your continued support. Can't thank you enough, my love. Okay. So, that's interesting to me. Kids' main objective is to just get outside, right? That's their main objective. They don't care about closing that door. The 4 and 6-year-old, if they're not going to struggle to close it back, they might struggle to open it, but they're not going to struggle to close it back. Their objective is to open that door. They might try to close the door, but they're not going to struggle to do it. Right? My 7-year-old granddaughter can barely open ours, and it slams when she shuts it because she uses her hands on the glass. Yep. That's how they do it. That's exactly how they do it. Exactly. Okay, now listen to this.
Now, so you wake up because there's been some time that you guys haven't heard the kids anymore, correct?
I woke up when Malaya woke me up.
I woke up when Malaya woke me up. Now listen to that.
Pretty sure it was her who woke me up because
I'm pretty sure it was her that woke me up. I woke up when Malaya woke me up. I'm pretty sure that Malaya woke me up.
We both kind of woke up at the same time.
Do you hear this buffoon? Do you hear him? Y'all, this guy said, I woke up when Malaya woke me up. I'm pretty sure it was Malaya that woke me up. Next breath. I'm pretty sure we woke up at the same time. Well, then Malaya couldn't have woke you up. It was just this random phenomenon that they woke up at the same time. But Malaya woke him up, he says. But here's the thing. Daniel says Malaya woke him up. Malaya said, hold on. He said Malaya woke me up. But Daniel used to say that he woke her up. He woke her up until the documents came out, and then he knew what he said then. And in my opinion, Mr. Mathtel realized that, oh, it's better for her to wake me up. It's better for her to wake me up because that way I was asleep. But none of this, in my opinion, happened at all that morning. None of this. This is pretty much BS. I'm just telling you guys, I'm just breaking this story apart because it didn't happen. And that's why we're doing it. Until we get to the car situations and things like that. Okay. Here we go.
And I remember her saying, yes, it says in the documents. She said, I don't hear them. But the craziest thing was,
hold on.
Said,
what?
She said, I don't hear them.
No, wait, hold on.
Both kind of woke up at the same time. And I remember her saying, yes, it says in the documents. She said, I don't hear them. But the craziest thing was, when I woke up, it was in the first 5 seconds that she said, I don't hear them.
Okay. Now, the first 5 seconds, it's kind of like Daniel's, this is how I picture it. You know, like in Home Alone, when the mom, when she loses her kid or something, and she like wakes up and she's like, Kevin, like that. Daniel says in the first 5 seconds, she said, I don't hear them. You don't do that. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Whenever you wake up, right? You don't just, I mean, you're kind of like, you know, googly at it at that point anyways. And then after, you know, maybe a minute, you might listen for the kids or something like that, but you're not going to say, I don't hear them. I don't hear them. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes. Yes. Well, in the docs, it says she woke you up. That's exactly what I'm saying. They flip-flop. Remember them going back and forth on that. Precisely. Hey, Miss Crazy Bug. Good to see you, Mamacita. Thank you so much. Remember him saying he had to go. He heard the sliding door open that morning. I sure do, and I certainly have that article. Yes, sure do. Yep, I've got that, and I have went over that many, many times. And a lot of people don't talk about that. Because he says he heard them go outside, and he looked a little bit later, and they were gone. Sure do. Exactly. Thank you so much, Crazy Buck. Appreciate that very, very much, my dear. Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. Thank you, Miss Cecilia. 18 months, girl. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you, Miss Cecilia. Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones and family, all my dear. All the blessings to you in this Christmas and this upcoming New Year. Thank you so much for your continued support, my love. How could he hear them over the TV that was on? That is correct. That is a very good point. JL, you pronounce it Jillies? Is that what it's yes, he says that Malaya says she gets up because the kids woke up Meadow, and she turns on the TV and they lay back down. Which doesn't make sense in the first place, right? Think about this. Okay. What do you do as a parent? If you have multiple kids, you understand this. Your kids are loud in the next room, and you have a baby sleeping, and they wake up the baby. You get the baby or whatever. You might put them in the bed, I guess, or whatever, but you don't tell the other ones to pipe it down. You don't tell the other ones to pipe it down. You've got a sleeping baby. Of course you do. Of course you do. Thank you, Miss Karen. Happy early birthday. We'll sing you happy birthday when it's your birthday, my dear. Of course, you're going to say 100% that these, Jack, Lily, keep it quiet. Of course, that's what you're going to do. Okay, here we go.
And usually you would have to wait a couple seconds, you know what I mean? Or like 30 seconds or something like that, because it could be in the fridge, because that's usually what everything goes quiet when they're,
these are kind of clipped together, so it might not make sense. Like it might just start saying something and then say something else.
Grabbing food or doing something, right?
Yeah. And so she wakes you up. Would you have
Well, I
noticed?
think she woke me up, right? We kind of woke up at the same time, but I really don't know.
Would you have noticed if she got out of bed?
Do you hear this, dude? When Malaya woke me up, I think she woke me up. Well, we kind of woke up at the same time. Oh, I really don't know. Come on now. Now my chat is working and I can see everyone. Was it not working? It's YouTube. Sometimes I'm telling you, it gets a little cray. Hey, Adele. Good to see you, Mama. Thank you so much. Appreciate you very, very much for your support, honey. Thank you so much. All the blessings to you and yours, Miss Adele. Christmas and New Year's. God bless you and yours, my friend. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate you. Really do. Thank you, love. Exactly, Angel. Exactly. Is Miss Joyous in here?
No, I would have been sleeping. I didn't even know she called the kids in absent until I got the email on my phone.
Oh. Say that again.
I didn't even know she called the kids in absent until I got the email on my phone.
Well, I mean, you woke up when Lily popped her head in, right? So you were.
Yes, I did. Because there's a lock on the door, right?
Because there's a lock on the door. Because there's a lock on the door. Okay. I don't understand what that has to do with the price of eggs in China, as Edgar would say.
And I heard
Now, just look at this. Watch how he gets uncomfortable here. Watch how he gets uncomfortable.
absent until I got the email on my phone.
Well, I mean, you woke up when Lily popped her head in, right? So you were.
Yes, I did. Because there's a lock on the door, right?
Yeah.
And I heard like the lock rattle.
So do you think though that in the time that Lily popped her head in, and that woke you up, it alerted you a little bit, and the time that you fully woke up, do you think you would have been able to tell? So would you have the ability to tell whether or not Malaya got out of bed?
I don't know. Do you want to say that over again for me so I get the? I was just plugging in my phone, so I didn't hear you correctly.
No problem. So if you're already have been woken up, Lily's popping in, so you've already woken up to a certain extent, maybe not fully awakened, but you've reached the point where you've acknowledged that the child has come in and out. Do you think in that moment, maybe not earlier, maybe not early in the morning, but from the moment that you were awoken, from the time that Lily popped her head in to the time that you were fully awake, do you think that Malaya could have gotten out of bed without you noticing?
Hold on. Is there an echo? There's no echo?
I think she could have, but you have to remember too, the baby was laying on her arm as well. So, like the baby was sleeping on top of her right arm.
So it's unlikely that she got out of bed.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's unlikely, but it is possible. I mean, anything's possible. But she, I think Meadow may have be woken up when she's actually moving.
Gotcha.
But it is possible, Daniel. I mean, anything's possible. First thing I do is when I don't hear them, I get up and I, get dressed.
Let me fix something here.
And me and her make our way out to the kitchen.
Let me see here.
And this thing I still find odd to this day. I told investigators this is Malaya didn't look in Jack and Lily's room when we went up, when we walked to the kitchen, right?
Okay.
So I found that out because we both walked up together up the hallway to the kitchen.
Fuck me. Okay. Doing that. Oh, 1 second, guys.
And then I poked my head into
Better now?
I looked into the living room, didn't see the kids. I ran back to the room, looked underneath the beds and stuff, didn't see them. So then we made our way outside, right? Malaya stood in the kitchen when I was running like a moron through the house looking for the kids. And
No. Okay. Let's try it like this.
we made our way outside. You know, we got through the fence, and then we're standing right in front of Mom's RV, and she asked me, "Should I call 911?" Right? That's
Yeah.
you know, kind of instinctual. You want to do that, right?
Right.
Because we don't hear them out in the yard. We never seen them in the house. We don't see them in the backyard.
Okay.
I didn't know if Mom was even home or not.
All right. Let me just back this up just a little bit.
Kind of instinctual. You want to do that, right? Poked my head into I looked into the living room, didn't see the kids. I ran back to the room, looked underneath their beds and stuff, didn't see them. So then we made our way outside, right? Malaya stood in the kitchen when I was running like a moron through the house looking for the kids.
Okay. There. Right there. Can you believe what he just said? I never noticed this until just now. You were looking like a moron running through the house looking for your kids? No. Who are you? I mean, are you that stupid? I don't even know the word. Yeah, I was running through the house looking like a moron. Well, I mean, there's over 7 billion people on the planet. Most of us will be parents or have someone we love. And if they go missing, I guess we're all going to look like morons. Also, in this, notice how Mr. Daniel, he wants this to seem like this is a not a serious event. Not he's smiling the whole time. Oh yeah, Daniel. Oh yeah, Daniel. Smiling the whole time. Most parents, no matter if it's been 20 years their kids have been missing, they're not joking because it's not a joking matter. It's not a matter where you just, oh well, ordinary day, right? Adele, if you ask me, yes, the children were Thursday night into the early hours of Friday morning. And we're going to get to that. Just hang tight. Just hang tight. It's coming. Yeah.
Head into I looked into the living room, didn't see the kids. I ran back to the room, looked underneath their beds and stuff, didn't see them. So then we made our way outside, right? Malaya stood in the kitchen when I was running like a moron through the house looking for the kids. And
yeah,
we made our way outside. You know, we got through the fence, and then we're standing right in front of Mom's RV, and she asked me, "Should I call 911?" Right? That's you know, kind of instinctual. You want to do that, right?
Now, I don't believe Daniel. I mean, it could have happened, but what's interesting to me is Malaya did her interview and she said, I called 911. It was just instinctual. Right? That's what she said. But then Daniel says months later, Malaya said, should I call 911? And Daniel says, it's pretty instinctual, right? It's like he's copying her, but flipping the script, that he's the one who said this. Oh, he is the moron of the highest and the lowest caliber.
Right.
Because we don't hear them out in the yard. We never seen them in the house. We don't see them in the backyard. I didn't know if Mom was even at home or not, right? Because I thought she might have went with my Uncle Ron.
Mm-hmm.
So Daniel's excuse is, I didn't go to my mom's because she might have been with my Uncle Ron. Might have been with my Uncle Ron. Well, you didn't hear any cars or anything go in and out, did you, that morning? No. Right? And number two, that's the first place you're going to go. And I can just about damn sure bet you that if someone is in Janie's little camper, you can hear it from the outside. You can absolutely hear someone walking or doing whatever the hell they're doing in those paper thin walls. Thank you so much. What's up? Appreciate you, my dear. Appreciate you. Right? How can you poke your head in a locked door? Lie. Yeah. Well, the way he says it, it's like he hears the locked door or something like that. It's very weird. He threw Malaya under the bus again, saying she was just standing in the kitchen while he was running through the house. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's all on him, right? He's the savior on this, right? He's got to be the savior. Okay, here we go. Maybe if this damn thing will work. We're at 421.
She's on the phone, 911. I run up into the woods where the cabins are and look in the cabins, look around the area. Didn't see them. I'm screaming and yelling, Lilly and Jack, Lilly and Jack, Lilly and Jack. And then I make my way down. There's a hill behind Mom's RV. I make my way down and I'm standing there. I'm not sure if she's still on the phone with 911. She might be on speakerphone. No.
Okay. This is interesting because in his interview that he did, the sit-down interview, his very first sit-down interview with the news, he says he comes back down the hill, and that's when Malaya gets on the phone with 911. But the problem is here, and he says the same here. He says Malaya here. He says he comes down and he's like, I'm not sure if Malaya is still on the phone with 911. Well, they said that Malaya had to, turn her Wi-Fi off and go stand in a corner to call 911. Right? It wouldn't be, she wasn't outside. She had to stand in the corner. The documents, Malaya said she had to go stand in a corner in the trailer. Janie said that's almost impossible. Yeah, well, we're all confused. Hello. That's the thing. We're all confused. How do you poke your head multiple times in a locked door? number one. And number two, why does a kid just keep coming and poking their head in the bedroom for no reason? Everyone does everything for a reason, right? We all do something for a reason, right? And it just makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever.
It looks like she was messaging, but she might be on speakerphone. Kind of looks like she was messaging.
So she might have been on speakerphone with 911, but it kind of looked like she was messaging. Make that make sense. Was she on the phone with 911 or not? Was she messaging? I mean, you don't text 911 generally, right?
But she might have been on speakerphone with that, with the, the dispatch. And so I say, I'm jumping in the car. So I ran inside. I tried to go into the front door. Door's locked. Ran through the back door, the back sliding door, got into the house.
Listen.
Grabbed the keys off the end table, because there was 2 sets of keys, right? And I didn't take my phone. Well, I don't remember taking my phone, because there's no service out there anyway, not like I can use it. So
hold on, I've just got to pull his thing up 1 second, y'all, because this is annoying me, because it's skipping part of it. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. You guys got to hear this. Okay. I'll make that. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's gotta fix this. Keys. Okay. Now just listen. Listen right here.
So she's on the phone with 911. I run up into the woods where the cabins are and look in the cabins, look around the area. Didn't see them. I'm screaming and yelling, Lilly and Jack, Lilly and Jack, Lilly and Jack. And then I make my way down. There's a hill behind mom's RV. I make my way down, and Malaya's standing there. I'm not sure if she's still on the phone, speakerphone with that, with the, the dispatch. And so I say, I'm jumping in the car. So I ran inside. I tried to go into the front door. Door's locked.
Listening.
Ran through the back door, the back sliding door, got into the house, grabbed the keys off the end table, because there was 2 sets of keys, right? And then
okay. Grabbed my keys, or grabbed 2 sets of keys, or grabbed the keys rather. Sorry. Grabbed the keys. And then he says, because there's 2 sets of keys, right? Yes, there is way too much detail, Cuff-You. But just wait, because this is all going to make fucking big sense in a minute. Angel of Light. Thank you so much, Mamacita. Very kind of you, my dear. Thank you so much. Finally feeling better from chemo. Need prayers for mom. She's 92. She had oh my God. She had a stroke. Swelling is the problem. Praying she comes back. Love you, Angel, honey. Gosh. I am so sorry. We are going to keep you in our prayers, my dear, and your mama, of course. Absolutely. Love you, honey. Thank you for your support, my dear. You're kicking cancer's ass. Okay. Now just listen. Listen.
I didn't take my phone. Well, I don't remember taking my phone.
I didn't take my phone. Well, I don't remember taking my phone.
Because there's no service out there anyway, not like I can use it.
There's no service out there anyway, so it's not like I can use it. Well, how did Malaya use it?
So I left my phone on the end table. I'm pretty sure I left it on the end table. Investigators would know that 100%. So grab my keys.
There we go, motherfuckers. There we go. All right. Got it. Right here. Investigators would know. So I grabbed my keys. My fucking keys. My keys. Right? Now, he's going to make the big ol' book up in a minute. Right? Because he's going to say the blue. I don't know if he's going to say the blue or the black. Because I think it's the black. Because when you're saying blue or black, they both are blue. BLUE, BLAK. CK. CK. To the blue vehicle. I think it's black. I think it might be black. But blue, black. Blue, BL. Black, BL. So, when did he sell the black car? He's trust me, Jack, can't really say that. Thank you so much. Hey, sugar, honey, boom, 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 boom. You are my candy girl. Thank you so much. Hey, sugar, appreciate you. 6 months, wonderful 6 months with you lovelies. We love you, sugar. Thank you so very much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. We just wait. Did you see last night, Cuffew? Last night. Oh. Last night, if I would have been, if Daniel could have had me, I would have been, it would have been like, it puts the lotion on its skin, or like I would have been down in a dark hole looking up. That's if Daniel could have his way with me, because I know Daniel loves me. He loves Callie too. And here he's a big fan of Callie and a big fan of Daphne and of course Sunny. Propelled him. Yeah, I did. I came off my chair last night. I truly did. Here we go. Let's get it on.
Grab my key or grab the keys, ran out to the Nissan Pathfinder. So grab my keys, grab the keys for 100%. So grab my keys, grab the keys, ran out.
See, it wouldn't matter if he wasn't lying. It would not matter if it's that. Grab the keys, grab the keys. Doesn't matter. If you're not sensitive to it, it doesn't matter. Right? But he wants you to be manipulated, in my opinion. And that's why he said, because there's 2 sets of keys, right? He said that for a reason. A big old reason. 13 months of my angel of light. It's probably been more than that. Thank you so much, my beautiful to be for letting me personally. We love you, Amber. Appreciate you, babies. If you need anything, you got my number. You got my number. Hello, Miss Karen. Oh, it certainly matters to him because of the vehicle at night. Listen to this. So grab my keys, or grabbed the keys
to the Nissan Pathfinder, and that's when I started.
to the Nissan Pathfinder. Now, most people would not say, grab my keys to the Nissan Pathfinder or grab my keys to the Escalade and got. No, I got in my vehicle or I got in my car and I went to look for my kid. But he is giving you information that is not truly needed. Well, it is needed, but he's just wanting to deceive you and me and others on which vehicle he took.
Started to search the dirt roads and the culverts, right? So I went up Lansdowne Road.
Okay, now listen to this.
I already told investigators this, but that blanket was not there in that tree.
Which direction were you
That
heading?
would be when I'm coming out the end of the driveway and I'm going right.
Okay, now, very important, very, very, very important here. Daniel is going to tell you the way that he went. And the neighbor who told RCMP the day Jack and Lily went missing or the day after would have no idea which way Daniel went and what he did and how he turned around. He would have had no idea. But months later, when Daniel tells how he drove, he tells the exact way that the neighbors heard him driving that night. Except Daniel is saying this is that morning. Nope, it was that night. It was that very night. The math tales, yes, exactly. Cutting out?
Toward Lansdowne Road. The tracks and then hanging a right.
So you were coming the direction that would have been visible to you, and you didn't see it.
Yeah, I'd be going. I'd right at the end of the driveway. I take a right. I'm going up the road.
Listen.
Across the railroad tracks and then the right up of the dirt road.
Which is precisely how the neighbor said. Crossed it, went down there. It was quiet for a couple minutes. And then either the car starts back up or he starts moving again. Precisely.
Yeah, that's Lansdowne Road where the blanket was found.
Now the big one's about to happen.
When you're running around and as you're going outside and you're looking, that gate outside, is it always open? Was it unlocked? Was it locked?
Sometimes it's open.
Was it open that morning?
I do not remember that. I don't remember I don't remember.
He doesn't remember if the gate's open or not. One of the first things that you're going to check, it's just as important is if the gate is open as if the door is open. It's just as important because you're claiming that they went outside. Well, it's just as important if they got out of the yard. I don't know. You can't remember even the day. It was an important day, Daniel, right? It was an important day. So why couldn't you remember that?
Okay. And so you come
It's
around.
not hard. It's not hard to open up gates anyway. They're just slide. Like, I always forget to close. My mom always reminds me, but they're just a slide and bolt lock, right?
Yeah.
Guys, isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? Oh my God. His little mommy reminds him to close the gate. What a precious little thing she is. My mommy reminds me to close the gate. She reminds me not to put too much trash in the trash can, right? She does all of this for me, right? Yes, this is Saint Janie from Hellishville. Precious little lamb. Oh, precious is thy flow that makes her white as snow. Yeah. Precious little lamb.
I mean, there's nothing hard about those locks at all.
Well, maybe not, but I'm just kind of curious because if you can unlock it and open it, but if you're on the other side of the fence and you're small, can you reclose it?
Yeah, you can. You can. All you do is just pull the fence close to you and then close it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So
yeah. So let's think of this for a second. This is these are a 4 and a 6-year-old who opened the door, closed the door, played out in the yard, opened the gate and closed the gate when they never close the door or the gate. Right? These kids don't listen, according to Daniel. But they did everything right that morning. Right? Everything right that morning. Hey, Mohawk. Good to see ya. Drone footage shows no gate. Thank you. Thank you. Drone footage shows no gate and 3 sections missing when they first went missing. Yes, that is absolutely true. Remember, they were working on the fence and all that stuff, right? Unbelievable.
Be a clue there. So you're out there searching in the woods. How long before law enforcement arrived?
I was told 12 minutes.
Okay.
But then when I looked at the documentation and, asked questions and dug further, it was 22 minutes, I do believe.
And were you at the house when they arrived?
I was actually, when they were arriving, I was actually coming back to the house in the car. And I couldn't park in the driveway because RCMP just stopped in the yard, right?
Okay.
Because they were just starting to walk down and talk to Malaya. So what I did is I parked the white Nissan Pathfinder. That's the car Malaya owns, the 2007.
Okay.
Is they were just starting to walk down and...
Hold on. What was that again? Let us pray, y'all. Let us pray. Let's make sure we heard this correct. Let's go back and see if he says the bull or the bull. Let's go see. Oops, wrong one. What is with the internet? Good golly. Miss Molly. Let's take a closer look, shall we, folks?
So what I did is I parked the white
Watch his
white Nissan Pathfinder.
watch his eyes go sideways.
The white Nissan Pathfinder.
Now he's gonna lick his lips. See that? He's lying. He's getting that lie off of him. Kind of what we do when we think of Daniel. Right? Lizardlips.com. No bueno. Oops, wrong one. There we go.
Is that the car Milan's the 2017 Nissan white Pathfinder?
Then the white car. The white, because I want you to know. Because that's the car that Malaya drives. Come on. Come on now, Daniel.
And
look at that breath. Oh, what the fuck up now?
Pathfinder. And like car Milan, white Nissan, the
second, it's gonna.
So what I did is I parked the white Nissan Pathfinder. That's the car Milan's 2017 Nissan white.
See, he is giving you useless information right here, right? I parked and he corrects himself. I mean the white Nissan Pathfinder. And then he tells us because there's anxiety there and he wants to make sure to let you and I know, because that's the car that Malaya drives. Well, that has nothing to do with you parking on the side of the fucking road. Nothing. Whether you was on a ATV that Billy Bob Thornton owned, it doesn't matter at all. But he wants you to know that. Oh, you're fun, Gypsy. You're fun, honey. Oh, Miss Maurice. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much, honey. Appreciate you very, very much, Mama Maurice. Appreciate you. Love you. You received one of those pearl necklaces, and make sure you give our gal Mauricio a big old thank you. Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you. All the blessings to you and your loved ones, my dear. Thank you. He has definitely going to say blue. I'm blue or black, either one. Blue. That's all I got out.
White Pathfinder. And I parked over.
You want dumbass. He is so annoying.
Talk to Malaya. I was actually coming back to the house.
1 second here. What am I doing? Okay.
In the car. And I couldn't park in the driveway because RCMP just stopped in the yard, right?
Okay.
is they were just starting to walk down and talk to Malaya.
He couldn't park in the yard. I mean, was there that many cops there when they first got there?
So what I did is I parked the white Nissan Pathfinder, because that's the car Malaya owns, the 2017 Nissan white Pathfinder, and I parked over on the right hand side of the marsh, going toward Lansdowne Road.
I want you to hold on. I'm going to go back. I want you to, after he says this, I want you to look at his blink rate, how it goes up significantly. Watch his blink rate.
Driving, I was actually coming back to the house in the car, and I couldn't park in the driveway because RCMP just stopped in the yard, right?
Okay.
Because they were just starting to walk down and talk to Malaya. So what I did is I parked the white Nissan Pathfinder, because that's the car Malaya owns, the 2017 Nissan white Pathfinder,
Blink.
and I parked over on the right hand side of the marsh, going toward Lansdowne Road. There's a marsh that's right beside the house there. Probably can pull that up on the map. There's a little driveway that's right beside it. It's about 100 feet.
And he does 2 long blinks. When he first gets caught, he does this. He's trying to gather his thoughts, right? That's what we do. I parked the Nissan Pathfinder. He's trying to get it together right there.
From the house.
Okay. Go around here?
Yeah, that's actually the marsh, and there's a little driveway right on the left-hand side right there. Yep. That's where I parked in the white Nissan Pathfinder.
Okay. And
that's where I parked the Nissan Pathfinder. He like says it twice because he's fucking scared now.
Yeah, that's actually the marsh, and there's a little driveway right on the left-hand side right there. Yep. That's where I parked in the white Nissan Pathfinder.
That's where I parked the Nissan Pathfinder. Because he so junked himself back there. Right, Justin, right before Daniel says, I'm jumping in the car, it sounded like he started to say, so I rode. Or can you listen? Yes, we can go back to that.
Okay.
And then when I jumped out of the car, the RCMP.
That's very interesting you said that, because you generally would say I would ride in a car, but you would say I rode the ATV, right? Or I rode the lawnmower, but you say I ride in a car. Let me see here 1 second. When he says, pull up the transcript. Let me find what it says again. I'm jumping in the car. Jump. Okay, let me find it. Okay, here we go. I think this is where you mean.
There. I'm not sure if she's still on the phone with 911. She might have been on speakerphone. It looked like she was messaging, but she might have been on speakerphone with the the dispatch. And so I say I'm jumping in the car. So I ran inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I say I'm jumping in the car. So I say I'm jumping in the. And so
Watch him take something off of his tongue. You know, the math is supposed to make your mouth really, really dry. And I think that's why he does this. See what he says here, a little slow.
I say I'm jumping in the car. I'm jumping. Say I'm jumping in the car. So I ran in. I say I'm jumping in the car. So I ran inside. You know, I tried to go on, I'm jumping in the car. So I ran inside this dispatch. And so I say I'm jumping in the car.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing he says that he does. Is that why math people have no teeth? That's partially why, yes. Yes, because severe dry mouth causes tooth decay, right? That's partial. Yeah. So Daniel said that in the beginning, he said after he did his little drive, he says he goes back home and then he jumps on the ATV and he does 20 or 30 acres of searching. Right? I'm riding. I rode, or I'm riding. You would say I rode the four-wheeler, I rode the ATV, I rode the lawnmower. You wouldn't say I rode the car. You'd say I'm riding in the car. That's interesting. A lot of times when he's lying too, he'll look sideways a second. It's usually to his right as well.
That would have been, it was still on that same street.
Hold on.
Referred.
Say, hey, we searched her vehicle to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they tell me lots of things, but it's just some things they don't.
Well, I'll ask you this: did they search your other vehicles on the property?
I'm not totally sure for the first.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta find where it was to make my point.
Well, maybe not, but I'm just kind of curious because if you can unlock it and open it, but
White Pathfinder, and I parked over on the right hand side of the marsh. You know, going toward Lansdowne Road. There's a marsh that's right beside the house there. Probably can pull that up on the map. There's a little driveway that's right beside it. It's about 100 feet from the house.
okay, around here.
Yeah, that's actually the marsh, and there's a little driveway right on the left hand side right there. Yep, that's where I
Thank you,
parked in
Dr.
white
Bonner.
Nissan Pathfinder.
Okay,
And then when I jumped out of the car, the RCMP yelled at me from in the yard, right, because they could see me clearly.
Yeah.
And they said, Daniel, don't go back into the woods. So
Daniel, don't go back into the woods. Okay, now this is my question. Hold on. Let me hear that again.
Parked in white Nissan
Listen.
Pathfinder.
Okay.
And then when I jumped out of the car, the RCMP yelled at me from in the yard, right, because they could see me clearly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And they said, Daniel, don't go back into the woods.
Okay. My question is this is his words. I get out of the Nissan Pathfinder, right? I get out of the Nissan Pathfinder, and then I go in the yard, and the RCMP is just getting there. He says this, and they can see me, and they say, Daniel, don't go back in the woods. How do they know Daniel's in the woods? How would they know Daniel was in the woods? They're just coming there. He might have been coming from work. He might have been coming from the airport. How do they know? Seriously, like, how do they know? Because, again, Daniel has not seen RCMP yet. He says he's in Malaya's Nissan Pathfinder. But they just see Daniel. First time they've ever laid eyes on him. Don't go back into the woods. I don't know. Oh my God, Gypsy. Thank you, Mama. Appreciate you very, very much, honey. Thank you so very much, my dear. Very kind of you. Really do appreciate that, Miss Gypsy. If you received one of those beautiful pearl necklaces, please give our beloved Gypsy a big, big thank you. Thank you so much, my dear. All the blessings to yours in the upcoming Christmas holiday season in the new year, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much. Yeah. Well, yeah. How did they even know his name? But I can't see it after I hit send. Dr. Vana, are you in the live? Or are you in the vertical? Or are you in the horizontal? I don't know.
So at that point, I didn't go back into the woods. I walked over to the house and I went down and I was talking to my mother because the RCMP just, officers just sworn Malaya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they asked you to stay there. They asked her to stay there. Did they look into your Pathfinder or the Pathfinder? Did they search it?
No, they didn't at all. No.
At any point?
Not that I know of.
Well, he says they not that he's aware of. Well, this is the thing. Malaya leaves the next day. I mean, they should have checked it very soon, in my opinion. But in my opinion, they should be looking for a blue and a black car. You know, the one Daniel told us he was in.
Now, was this the vehicle that went with Malaya? Like, I think it was towed later. Yeah, it was actually towed by Commander of Operations. The guy's name is Josh. And he's actually pretty pissed about where they left it. They left it right at the bottom of Lansdowne Road when they left. Interesting. Yeah. So he was pretty pissed about it. He said what he said is that goddamn fucking vehicle's always in the way of the search vehicles, right? So he said he's like, I had it towed out of here. It was White River Towing or something like that. Okay. Yeah, he wasn't happy about where it was left because they use that road quite a bit. And you don't, I mean, when it was towed, were you still in communication with Malaya? No. Okay. And my wallet was left in the car.
Now, listen to this. He wasn't in communication with Malaya, and he says his wallet was still in the car. And everything was taken out except for the important
when
stuff.
It was towed, and then when I got my wallet back, everything was taken out except for my actual important stuff, like my driver's license, my bank card, my health card. All that stuff was still in there, but all the other stuff was taken. Interesting. And did the investigators ever tell you that they didn't search it? No, they didn't. Okay, so there's a possibility that they searched it and just that you're just not aware of it. That is true. That could be true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they can't tell me everything, so. Right, and it is her vehicle, so I'm not sure if they would come.
Well, that's exactly right. That's what I'm asking. Like, why is his wallet in there to begin with? Right.
Come out and say, hey, we searched her vehicle to you. Yeah. Well, I mean, they tell me lots of things, but it's just some things they don't. Well, I'll ask you this. Did they search your other vehicles on the property? I'm not totally sure. For the first couple days, like I wasn't at the house, but I imagine they did.
He's not quite totally sure if they checked his other vehicles, but he imagines they did. Well, they generally take it in for searching if they're truly going to give it a forensic examination, right? They're going to get a warrant, and they're going to take it in. Yep, it's his lizard tongue cuff.
Okay. Well, I would imagine that they would have. That would have been a big oversight to not do that. And my assumption is just an assumption that the reason you don't know about it, obviously, is because, well, Malaya and you weren't talking. So at this point, you arrive. Officers are talking to Malaya. How long before the search team gets there?
Listen,
the search team was actually fairly quickly. They actually had the command center and everything set up pretty fast.
very
They had a
fast.
lot of different, I don't know what you would call them, search teams or dispatchments of different units. There's 23 different.
Within 10 minutes of them being there, they had drones in the air. 10 minutes. Now, Daniel's going to say something very, very interesting up here that I picked up on today. And to me, it makes me want to look this much harder.
Search organizations or search teams in Nova Scotia from each area, they have a total of 23. I'm not sure if all 23 made it here, but there was some from the South Shore. I mean, a lot from all over Nova Scotia. And they had the Nova Scotia Guard called in. And the first helicopter arrived on scene within the first hour and a half, which was, I do believe I was told that's a record for making the first helicopter.
And that is amazing. Within an hour and a half, they had helicopters, drones, so many people searching, police everywhere. And again, 10 minutes of them being there, they had drones up. Now, according to Malaya and Daniel, this is very important in my opinion. Jack and Lilly had been missing 20 minutes. They hadn't heard them for about 20 minutes. Okay? When you start the clock on that 20 minutes that you didn't hear them, right? It doesn't mean they just left out the house right then. They could have been in the house for 5 minutes, even 10 minutes, maybe even longer. They had to get their boots on. It takes a 4-year-old especially a minute to get their boots on and all of that. And then they had to open the door together, right? And then they had to shut the door together. Then they had to go outside to their swing set because Janie says that she hears them outside playing and she just thinks they're outside playing. Well, this would be part of that time where they're not hearing them, right? So they had to be out there on the swing set playing for 5-10 minutes, right? At least 5 minutes for them to be out there, playing. And then they had to open that gate and close the gate, I assume. And then they had to vanish, right? And then they search around and nothing, right? And then 20 minutes later, law enforcement is there. right? So we got, they're 20 minutes ahead of Malaya and Daniel, and they're maximum 20 minutes ahead of the police. So they're no more than 40 minutes ahead, right? And they're out of that search area in 40 or 50 minutes. It took 2, 3, 4 kilometer search area. Mm-mm. Nope. I think so. I think she's lying, in my opinion. Malaya says every time the kids were outside and they got outside, Janie would call and say the kids are outside. But out of all mornings, she didn't that morning. She didn't that morning. We're, pretty much people of patterns and of behaviors, and we pretty much do the same thing. I mean, there are times where we don't, but the kids is something else, right? And if you know that they're sick or they've had a cough and they've been out of school for 2 days already, I'm not really buying it.
To a search.
That is pretty impressive. An hour and a half. And the dogs.
But they had drones out. They had drones out much quicker than that. They had drones up within the first 30 to 40 minutes, I think.
Oh wow! And how long before the dogs got there?
The dogs came much later. They were there that day, but for the first, I don't know when the dogs actually showed up, but for the first few hours there was no dogs. There was no dogs in the New Glasgow area. We don't even have a canine unit in New Glasgow right now, like in Pictou County. So, and Major Crimes told me that. They said that we don't have a...
I would like to ask Dr. Vana a question, if she doesn't mind. And I'm not asking, just not, diagnosing or anything like that. I want to make it clear about that. But what is your perception, Dr. Vana, if she can hear me, if she's still in here, of someone who is looking for their kids and they say they're running around looking for the kids like a moron? Because that's what Daniel said. He said, yeah, I'm running around looking for the kids like a moron.
Canine unit in Pictou County anymore.
Gotcha.
So a lot of the resources are coming from northeastern Major Crimes, which is the Truro area.
Understood.
Like 45 minutes to an hour away.
So it did take them some time to get out.
Yeah, but we had the best search dogs in the province at the house. They belong to Halifax Search and Rescue.
Good deal. And so you weren't allowed to go into the woods. Where were you at during this time?
I was actually back by Mom's RV talking to her, and we were wondering why we couldn't go back into the woods. And then a number of minutes.
I was thinking this. Okay. Here's my pin, right? Here's my pin. I'm going to sit it right there on the desk. And then I'm going to say, I don't know where my pin is, but I actually do know where my pin is. But I'm going to start looking all in my house for my pin. Pin, where are you? My blue pin, where are you? Yeah, I would feel like a moron too. I would feel like a moron too if I'm looking for something whenever I know where it is. But you may have to... Hey, Zelda. Good to see you, honey. You may have to pretend to do that because to act the part?
Passed, I'd say about 10 to 15 minutes passed, and a guy in military gear, it said Oliver on the back of his on his shirt or vest or whatever you want to refer to it as, or uniform, we'll call it.
Yeah.
He actually said, Daniel, you can go back into the woods. And I actually believe he was later on, he was a canine handler, but I don't know if the dog was there yet at that point.
Understood.
Because I remember seeing him with a canine unit, I'm pretty sure, later on in the search.
And so you were allowed to go back in the woods?
Yeah, and then I immediately jumped the fence, and I was right back into the woods, and I did all the streams that were up behind the house that lead in.
Wait, he says he does all the streams up behind the house, but didn't Janie say that she met him up there behind the house whenever she first started looking before the cops was found? Exactly, Joyous. Exactly. Yes, Misty. Yes, YouTuber. Yes. Yeah. I said, she said, and back there I met Daniel. And he said, are you coming with me? And she said, no, I'm going to search this area.
Into that little marsh that's actually to the left of the house, which you showed.
Now, I don't know how true this is. I've heard rumors of this, that at some point you heard a scream and you thought it sounded like the kids. When was
that? That was later on. That was that would have been, it was still on that same stream path when I was walking up through the woods.
It was on that same stream path when I was walking up through the woods. Listen.
I thought I heard a scream, but you have to remember, I had a helicopter right above me. There was drones. there was already people searching at this point. So,
and Daniel is the only one who, out of all the over 160 searchers, the drones searching, the helicopters, all of that, the dogs, whatever. He is the only one that said that he might have heard Jack and Lily. That's it. No one else. Which I find interesting. Even if I had a 1 or 2% chance that I thought I heard my kids, and a helicopter came by or whatever, I would have waved at the helicopter or something, or called or ran out of the woods and got someone and say, I might have heard the kids. But Daniel, he just says, oh, I might have heard them, but then the helicopters came by and I'm just like, okay. Oh, well, might have not. But then if you talk to his exes, they have been in the woods with Daniel, and one of them said, I was with him in the woods, and she said he had a knife in the woods, by the way, but which is fine, people do that in the woods. But she said he was like hearing things, and she was like, Daniel, there's nothing. So I don't know if it's like the mathematics talking here, right? Or what it is. But I don't know if it was
actually a child scream or not, but it did sound like a scream, but it could have been somebody yelling for the kids, right?
That's possible too. Yes, 100%.
But it was so hard to tell because the way the helicopter was going, it was going slow and doing. I was like, I almost swear I could feel like the rotor wash that was coming down off of the wind, because sometimes they would go pretty low because the vegetation was pretty dense, because a lot of it's not hardwood, so there's no leaves, right? It's evergreen, so you have trees that are full of needles, so it's much more hard to, get a good view from a helicopter through that stuff.
Yeah, no, I can imagine it being very difficult. At any point that first day, did they question you guys at all, as far as maybe perhaps?
Yeah, I actually sat in my mother's vehicle, and Commander of Operations came down from the command center, and me and him sat in there, and we went over some of the stuff we're going over right now.
So again, Dr. Vana and I talked about this whenever Daniel said himself that that they wanted more information about Thursday evening, and Daniel says it was just an ordinary day. But again, they're just interviewing you right after the kids go missing, right? They're gonna talk to you, and they're gonna say, and then they're gonna do some interviews, and they're gonna do formal interviews. You're gonna be saying these things over and over and over and over, and he can't remember last night, the night, Thursday night. It's Friday morning, and he can't remember Thursday night. He can remember bits and pieces of it, though.
Did you know the kids are going to be home from school that day? Would you have kept the kids home from school that day? What happened in the morning? Did you see the kids that morning? This is a lot of the similar questions you're asking me now.
Yeah, I can imagine so. And that happened that first day. So nighttime comes in. Around what time does the search stop on the first day?
The search doesn't stop on the first day. They go right.
Thank you, Incognito. Appreciate you, my friend. It's very kind of you. Really do appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Thank you, my love. Truly. Yeah, so they actually search the entire night. Thursday, remember, they're there at like 10:20 a.m. and they search on Friday, 10:20 a.m. Friday morning. They search all day Friday, all evening Friday, all night Friday, into Saturday morning. Non-stop searching for over 24 hours. Non-stop. And then this goes into several days then they start doing it like 12 and 15-hour days.
Through night.
Interesting. And when are you notified about a blanket?
If we're referring to the...
Well, that's very interesting. Did DM search, or did he need to rest? Daniel, his words was that he was not home much of Friday or Saturday because he says he was searching. Now, Saturday, whenever a lot of the family and stuff was there, and this is in the documents as well, Malaya says Daniel is acting erratic. That's her words. Erratic. And that she also says that he is not looking people in the eye. She Malaya's cousin or Was it cousin or shit? Who was it? Cousin or sister? One of the two. Whether it was cousin or sister. She says that Daniel is constantly complaining that the family is not doing enough. Right? That the family is not doing enough. And he's doing all of this on his own. And he's like, flailing his arms and all of this. And that's when it wasn't too long after that, that's when they heard Daniel, not too far after that, in the bathroom, and that's when he was making noise, and they discovered that there was rugs in the bathroom. And they said, well, now we get it, because Malaya had told I guess it's her sister, her half-sister, that Daniel had been on rugs for at least 2 out of their 3 years. Right? So that would kind of, if he's running around, high on the mathematics, that might be a reason, per se. Oh my God, Joyous. Thank you. My goodness, that is so generous. Thank you so much, Miss Joyous. Thank you, Mama. Appreciate you very much. You're very, very kind. It was half-sister, Mohawk said. Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Joyous. Love you 2 pieces. Blessings to you and Mr. Joyous this Christmas season and into the new year. All the blessings to each of you and your families, my dear. Thank you so much, my love. Really do appreciate that very much. Hey, Kitty Hawk. Thank you so much, honey. Very kind of you. Where's the babes? Thank you so much, Kitty Hawk. Appreciate you very, very much, my dear. Very kind of you. I mentioned the ATV topic several times. He himself even said he jumped on the ATV and searched properly first. Oh, yes. Paul, you're absolutely right, because I've got the documents where he is quoted saying after he gets home from his car search that he parks the car, jumps on the ATV, and canvasses the area 20 and 30 acres, he said. Sure does. Absolutely does.
The blanket that was up in the tree, or
right,
just the blanket in general?
Well, let's rewind then. So there's been a lot of confusion that you
Yeah.
had denied that the blanket in the tree was Lily's that ended up being Lily's.
He absolutely denied it. This is not my opinion. It's not an opinion. It is a fact. Daniel 100% denied that was Lily's blanket. Malaya did not. Malaya always confirmed that was Lily's blanket. Daniel, for about the first week, he denied that was Lily's blanket. RCMP would not even discuss a blanket for months until they did. And then they did say that there was a blanket and that they were going to, I guess, test it or whatever. Even in the news documents, it'll say Daniel at first had said that this blanket wasn't part of, wasn't anybody's. And then they'll say he later says it is, right? Yep, exactly. Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Was there another blanket that was found out there?
There is actually another blanket. There is a full pink blanket. I was shown a picture of it, splayed out on the ground. Officer Karen Mason showed me that. She's been, she was involved in quite a bit of the, just back and forth stuff between the command center and me and Malaya and Mom and, some of the people involved, and just trying to relay
Hold on.
information.
What did I miss? 1 second.
Pink blanket. I was shown a picture of it, splayed out on the ground. Officer Karen Mason showed me that. She's been, she was involved in quite a bit.
Okay. Now I just noticed this. Okay, get this. Daniel is about, he just said Officer Karen or whoever showed him a pink blanket laying on the ground, right? Hey, Miss Sarah, thank you so much, my dear. Where you been, girl? You okay? Miss ya. Good to see you. Merry Christmas to you, my dear. If you received that, make sure you thank our girl Sarah for gifting that pearl necklace. Thank you so much, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you, my love. Good to see ya. I always need your sarcasm, Sarah, here. You make me laugh. So cute. Okay, but he's going to talk about here that, yes, the RCMP did speak to him about this the full blanket. We're not talking about the piece of blanket, okay? There is a pink blanket or sheet on ground behind RB. But listen here.
A bit of the, just back and forth stuff between the command center and me and Malaya and Mom and, some of the people involved, and just trying to relay information, keep us up to date and stuff like that.
And this pink blanket that they found, was it something that they found close to the house, or?
I'm not sure the location where it was found. There was a pink blanket. There was a water bottle. There was a children's T-shirt.
Yes, there was all of those that they did find as well.
And there may have been a sock or socks too, shown me as well. But none of them belonged to Lily's, right? I mean, none of them were Lily's. None of them were Jack's.
Do you know though?
He says none of them belong to Lily, right? I mean, none of them were Lily's. None of them were Jack's.
May have been a sock or socks too, shown me as well. But none of them belonged to Lily's, right?
None of them belong to Lily's, right?
I mean, none of them were Lily's. None of them were Jack's.
Do you know though?
Gotcha, Daniel. Gotcha.
All those items were found at the same place, or were they found throughout?
I'm not sure where they were found. I was just told that, or any of these items, Lily and Jack's, we found them during the search.
Were they photographed together?
No, they were not photographed. They were photographed individually.
Okay, so most likely then they were not found together.
Yeah.
And around what time was this blanket, the full one that didn't belong to them? When was that one found?
That was found, it would have been during the daytime. So, because I remember I was actually standing on the front deck when she brought her phone up to show me. So that would have been sometime during the day. So I'm saying between noon and 4 p.m. probably.
So, 4 is when they found the pink blanket that was Lily's. That was a portion of the blanket, correct?
Yeah. I'm not sure on the exact time on that either. It would have to be after 4 because the school bus goes up there around 4 o'clock.
Gotcha. And
because that school bus, it goes up and it actually goes up and turns at my Uncle Ron's house, which is about 500 feet past where.
Yes. And when did they actually find that pink blanket, the pink in the tree? It was early on though, wasn't it? Wasn't it, Joyous? Incognito. He's off in a black hole of Calcutta. Yeah. Yeah. It was Friday. Yes. Because remember, listen, hold on. Hold on. Let me see here. Actually, I might have it right here. Let me check 1 second, guys. Bear with me one whole second. Let's see here. Was it CBC? I think it was. One second. It might be. Damn, it's not that one. It's gotta be. It's gotta be this one. Here it is. No, fuck, that's not it either. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna prove it. I'll find it in just a second. Hold on. Because he's saying, let me go back here.
That was found, it would have been during the daytime. So, because I remember I was actually standing on the front deck when she brought her phone up to show me. So that would have been sometime during the day. So I'm saying between noon and 4 p.m. probably.
So at 4 is when they found the pink blanket that was Lily's. That was a portion of the blanket, correct?
Yeah. I'm not sure on the exact time on that either. It would have to be after 4 because the school bus goes up there around 4 o'clock.
Gotcha. And
because that school bus, it goes up and it actually goes up and turns on my Uncle Ron's house, which is about 500 feet past where the blanket was found.
gotcha.
So, and the bus usually goes up there, and the bus usually makes its way up there around, I don't know, 3:55, between 3:55 and like 4 o'clock.
And this bus has cameras, correct?
Yeah, the buses do have cameras. When they looked at the footage from the outside of the buses, the blanket was not there.
Interesting. And it went both directions, correct? It went.
Yeah, they both go both directions. They had multiple buses.
And it was not seen at 3:55, 4 o'clock when the bus passed.
No, they said they did not see it on any camera footage from the buses. So
that is, how far is the search command from where the blanket was found?
From the piece of Lily's blanket that was found in the tree, the actual command center itself.
Yeah.
It is okay. When you look at Lansdowne Station Road on the map. I'll just wait for you here to set that up, and then we can take a look. Yeah, I'll give you the exact location.
So here is, do you see it?
Yeah, so that is, Lansdowne Station Road. As soon as you're going up Lansdowne Station Road, you go across a little bridge.
It's this direction?
Lansdowne Station.
Oh, this direction. Okay.
Yeah. So Lansdowne Station Road, there you go over a little tiny bridge.
Okay.
I don't know.
Have I gone too far?
Yeah, it goes right on Lansdowne Station Road there. There's a little bridge when you're going down.
Here.
And then you see, when you're seeing right around that turn there, that's where it is. You just headed on it. Right past that little dirt road.
Yes, and this is how Daniel, he tells us earlier how he drove, which, again, Brad, the neighbor, would have had no idea at all that this was going on at the time. Let me see here. Is this it? Okay, here it is. I got it. I found it. Okay, check this out. Because it was very early on, y'all. It was very early on. Guys, if you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button. Listen to this.
Are you able to authorize and start getting some search teams going to the Gairloch location?
Radio chatter, search crews and first responders mobilizing in a quest no one dreamed would take this long.
Make sure Mom stays close to the house there in case they happen to sneak out and get back into the house.
A home deep in rural Nova Scotia, 140 kilometers northeast of Halifax, the last known location.
Okay, look at the cars there at the time.
A lot of area to cover. We're out in the sticks here.
This is the morning when they first got there.
Not one, but two missing children. A dog that barks at everything.
That dog that barks at everything is right here. Look how close they are.
A mother who left on the second day. A father.
Hold on.
A dog that barks at everything.
Vanna.
A mother who left.
Look, there's no pink blanket right there. There was a pink blanket there, and then it disappeared. And then when I called Daniel out for that, about a week later, he put a pink blanket back up
On the second day, a father who hasn't seen the kids in 3 years, and a stepfather trying to piece things together.
It's been
Hold
a
on.
long 6 weeks. I know that everybody basically in the world at this point is always wanting to know like what happened.
Okay,
The
listen.
mystery of what happened to 6-year-old Lilly Mae Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother Jack William James Sullivan is indeed gripping the country and beyond. It is Friday, May 2nd. Martel and his partner Malaya Brooks Murray, the children's mother, are having a lazy morning with their baby. Lily and Jack are in the kitchen alone.
Malaya and baby were asleep.
No mohawk. Nope. His hold on, you might be right. Hold on.
Lily came in multiple times. I was not in deep sleep by any means. And then about 20.
Now, here he says he's not in deep sleep. First of all, I just want to let you note that here he's not in deep sleep by any means. These are his words, not in deep sleep by any means. Now, we heard him with DT. He said, Malaya woke me up. Then he said in the same sentence, I think she woke me up. And then he said, we woke up simultaneously. We woke up together.
20 minutes passed, and then
Hold
by
on.
any means. And then about 20 minutes passed, and then when I woke up, Malaya was right beside me. And then when I woke up,
When he woke up, Malaya is beside him. Here.
Malaya was right beside me. She was still asleep.
She's still asleep here. Now, the one he did with DT, Malaya woke him up, and then he said, we woke up, might have woke me up, and then he said, we woke up simultaneously. We woke up together. Right? But here, he says the
Lily and
opposite.
Jack are in the kitchen
Came in.
alone.
Malaya and baby were asleep. Lily came
Malaya and baby were asleep.
in multiple times. I was not in deep sleep by any means.
Not in deep sleep by any means. Listen,
And then about 20 minutes passed,
20 minutes.
and then when I woke up,
When he woke up,
Malaya was right beside me. She was still asleep.
Malaya beside of him, still asleep. So Malaya didn't wake him up, even though Malaya says she woke him up in the documents, and that's what she said in her only interview. But he says Malaya's asleep here. But the other interview, he told DT Malaya woke him up, or they woke up together.
And I said, I don't hear Lilly and Jack.
Here, he says, I don't hear Lilly and Jack. But in DT's show, he says Malaya either woke him up or they woke up, together. And Malaya said, I don't hear the kids. But here he says, I woke Malaya up because I didn't hear the kids.
The time, no one will say for sure, but
The time, no one will say for sure, right? And why? Why? Why won't you say for sure? That's genuine concern is always kind of outward focused, right? Deceptive concern is always inward focused. Daniel is always concerned about him.
police say
They won't say.
it was around 10 a.m. when they got a 911 call.
Okay, now, Dr. Vanna, listen to this, okay? It was around 10, it was 10:01 when they got the call. But you're getting ready to hear it from the horse's mouth, the dispatch.
I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods, which only took me like 30 seconds. I came right back down. She was on the phone with the RCMP.
For 6 days, crews tackled an exhaustive search. The children's mother took the baby to be with her family in another part of the province. Her mother told CBC News the RCMP told them not to speak with news reporters. The RCMP says it just advised everyone to be mindful of the information they share publicly.
In the Western Hemisphere, United States and Canada mainly, police do not tell you what you can and can't say. That's never going to happen. If they don't want you to know something, they're just not going to tell you. Okay? They're not going to say, police aren't the type that's going to say, I'm going to tell you this, but don't tell anyone.
On May 7th, police scaled back the search.
The probability of survival is taken into consideration.
But search crews returned for 2 more weekends until the end of May, searching wells, mine shafts, and septic systems, even flying a drone beneath the home.
Listen.
The 4-year-old is wearing some blue dinosaur boots.
Police say they found a boot print. And listen to this in the radio chatter.
Families brought us to a location there, not far away, that there's a piece of a blanket.
Police won't say anything about a blanket, but...
Okay. There you go. There you go. Listen again.
Listen to this in the radio chatter.
Families brought us to a location there, not far away, that there's a piece of a blanket.
Police won't say...
They found the blanket on day 1, very early on. Very, very early on. Daniel saying this was like a few days later in DT's. No, it's not. They found it day 1. So why is he saying this? Okay. Now, listen to what the reporter says. Police won't say anything about a blanket. Now remember, Mr. Daniel denied the blanket for the first week. First week, he denied it. He says on DT's channel that he learned about the pink blanket, and he says, quote, piece of a pink blanket, end quote. And then he said, I immediately put 2 and 2 together and realized I threw out that blanket last week. And I went to the dumpster, by the house where they put their garbage in. And he said, the bag was ripped where someone had, and this is his words, put their hand down in it. And I guess ripped it. Okay. All right. Got it.
Say anything about a blanket.
Listen to that.
Piece of a blanket.
Police won't say anything about a blanket, but Martel says a piece of Lily's blanket was found near the boot print. He says both children may have undiagnosed autism.
And again, here, he does say this is a part of Lily's blanket. But I can, if you want me to, most of you know, but in the documents or the press, he is quoted by saying nothing about, it wasn't Lily's blanket. He's the only one that denied it. Now he says, and I have text messages from him saying that the blanket is planted, that he knows that it's planted. He even went as far as to say that the blanket was, the RCMP told him that the blanket was planted. And he blames that on Malaya's sister.
For a lot of people, this story just sounds odd.
Now, hey, always late. Hey, B, good to see you. Now, for a reporter who doesn't give their really opinion that much, they won't say, this sounds a little weird. She says, for a lot of people, this just sounds odd. And it surely does, right? Now, let me show you a little something here. Bear with me, I'll find it.
Do you understand that?
Yes, I do. And I see it every day online.
He's keenly aware the public suspects him, says the police did too at the start.
Of course, the stepfather was always a prime suspect right off the beginning.
So he offered to take a polygraph test.
I was extremely nervous. Especially with the first question they asked you, did you kill Lilly and Jack?
That was the first question they asked you?
Yeah. Yeah.
When did you find out the result of your test?
Immediately right after.
What did they say to you?
You did a good job, you passed.
Hi, Kayla. How you doing?
The RCMP's Corporal Guillaume Tremblay is not an investigating officer, but he speaks for the force in Nova Scotia.
It's quite rare that in my career, I've never seen 2 missing children go at the same time.
Was anything found in any of these searches that was deemed to be of significance? Even if you can't tell me what it was, anything of significance?
So I can tell you that the investigation is ongoing and that we haven't found any evidence to show that there was an abduction of the children.
So you don't think they were abducted, but you can't find them. How do 2 young children just vanish?
That's a great question, Kayla. And we are asking for the public for tips and information.
He says the force has received close to 500 tips, some that have taken them.
Oh, what did I do? 1 second. I'm finding something, guys. 1 second. Why did it quit?
Martel says the children were seen on camera with the whole family. Still, police are asking for trail camera footage in the area dating back 5 days. They say they're trying to establish a timeline in the lead up to the disappearance.
So when teams are tasked, they get a bearing.
Crews have searched around 8.5 square kilometers.
Coming up through all of this stuff.
Amy Hansen has been the search manager for most of that. She's taking us into the woods to show us what her team has been dealing with.
The vast majority of it was probably from Fiona.
Downed trees from post-tropical storm Fiona 3 years ago.
This is actually fairly mild compared to some of the areas.
Over a total of 10 days, they searched for 12,000 hours.
It's pretty much unheard of in this province. It's the biggest search I've been involved in.
And she's been at this 22 years.
Do you think those kids are in the woods?
I'm trying to find that place where they say Daniel says Malaya is going to blame it all on me. Remember that? I'm trying to find that. Just thought the night volunteer. Bear with me, guys, 1 second. I showed it the other day, but when she had left. Might it be right here? One second. Which was that article? Which article was that? I'm pretty sure it was this one. The neighbor. Does anyone remember that? I showed Daniel and Malaya. I was just trying to show Dr. Vanna that. How No. It's in an article because Daniel, what happened was the reporter guys, just be kind to everybody. Be kind to everybody, please, in chat. Just be kind. I'm trying to find. I swear it was this. Someone sent it to me the other day, but damn, I can't remember. It's aggravating me to death now. Sunny. Oh well, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So I'll find it, but I wanted to show Dr. Vanna where he had spoken and told the reporter that Malaya was going to blame all of this on him, and that she didn't know at the time, like, what that even meant. It was her last time as a couple together. Malaya blocked Daniel from contacting her and later changed her Facebook status. Belinda emerged from the wood. Daniel was also upset with Malaya. I've been the only one there for them, he sobbed in an interview. He can't control them. She can't control them. Only I can. They act out whenever she's there. She always gets me to calm them down, or to get them stop fighting, or to feed them, or to get them up, and put them to bed every night. She was asking me to do everything. It just breaks my heart not to see everybody. So he is acting like he is the one that, is Mr. Mom. But he doesn't remember what time they went to bed, the night before, because Malaya put them to bed. You know what I mean? So it's all of that. So there's that. Okay. Carrying on here. Let's find, was this one it right here? Maybe this one was it. All right, here we go. And the kids went to bed in their clothes. Yes, they had went to they had went to bed. Why am I echoing? Oh, okay. They went to bed in the same clothes that they had been in for like 2 days. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in chat. But yeah, it's about Lilly and Jack. Yeah.
She took her one.
Oh shit, not that one. What was I playing before? Yeah.
She takes on trips.
Jesus Lord, I got too many open.
Trips overnight.
Sorry, we'll get it in a second. This one. No. Yes. Yes. This one. Okay, we were up here.
11.
Okay, we gotta get off the slow-mo.
The night.
Okay, and I know, and I made a mistake, guys, and I want to premise this was my mistake. I had indicated that this image here was a representation of what they had seen with the bare feet and the footprints. I went back and read my conversation with Daniel, so I just wanted to clarify it. What he said was that this picture, he had problems with it because he couldn't understand.
It's up here.
Go missing with.
Okay, here we go.
3 prints, like, that doesn't make sense to me, Daniel.
Yeah.
I mean, when 2 kids are missing, they don't gain a follower to go missing with.
No, but if there is 3 sets of prints, it could mean that someone planted them.
Right. And here, just to kind of show everybody, this is where the image came from.
Oh, this is the exact part I wanted to show you guys back here, where we were building off that.
When they opened the bin, that's the first thing that.
Now listen to what Daniel says about
Somebody
this
put their
blanket.
hand in there and ripped it.
Listen.
Like a clear time that was set up. Like,
Here we
Like,
go.
and I put two and two together. I ran out to the guy.
Sorry.
I don't have like a clear time that was set up. Like, I mean, clear time that I could say the setup like began or was completed.
So around what time were you notified, and how were you notified about the pink blanket that belonged to Lilly?
Listen.
The pink blanket that belonged to Lilly, I wasn't notified at all about that.
He says he was not notified at all about a pink blanket. Now, it said family had found it, and the family was Malaya's cousin, or Malaya's sister. And who else was it? Belinda or what? But we just heard the dispatch.
I was actually told there was a piece of a pink blanket that was found up the road in a tree. And I said, piece of a pink blanket? Like, and I put two and two together. I ran out to the garbage bin, and I seen that there was a hole ripped in the bag. And clearly there was somebody who went into the garbage or something went on with the garbage for a piece of that to be ripped out. Because usually when you look in the garbage bin, Daniel, and you see a garbage bag, usually it doesn't have a hand-sized hole ripped in the side of it.
That's interesting.
He did the lizard lips, what we call the lizard lips. Right? So I said, piece of a pink blanket. And I immediately put two and two together. I swear on everything. If you go back in chat, I remember this exact moment perfectly. Yeah. Belinda did not go search till Saturday. That's right. You're exactly right. Yes. His words. Pink blanket versus a piece of a pink blanket. Extreme. Yeah. Yep.
Now, the pink blanket, when they told you about it, did they show you a picture?
The piece of the blanket? No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So they just told you they found a piece, and you went to the garbage bin. And
Yeah.
where in the garbage bin was the bag that had the other part of the blanket? Was it towards the top, in the middle,
there
the
was
bottom?
These were like large industrial sized garbage bags, right?
Okay.
And Mom would always yell at me, don't put so much garbage in one bag, because I would always make the bags like really heavy, right?
Okay. So, was Daniel's truck even on the property the morning 911 was called? You mean his vehicle's car? No, it was not. It was not. But the neighbor says 1000% it was Daniel's vehicle. He wasn't driving it a lot because it had a lot of trouble. But now let's go back to this, because I got to show you something. Okay.
When they told you about it, did they show you a picture? The piece? You went to the garbage bin, and
Yeah.
where in the garbage bin was the bag that had the other part of the blanket? Was it towards the top, in the middle, the bottom?
These were like large industrial sized garbage bags, right?
Okay.
And Mom would always yell at me, don't put so much garbage in one bag, because I would always make the bags like really heavy, right?
Daniel says, let me see if I can pull up this. Daniel says here that he put the blanket in the trash a week prior. Right? And Janie says, I even watched him put that blanket in there, because I told him not to make it heavy, the trash heavy. Well, let me see here. See if I can find it. Malaya, in the documents, I'm trying to pull it up for you. Malaya in the documents says, let's see here. That she put it in the trash the week prior. Let's see here. Pink blanket location during search. This is the document. I just do it like this so I can search it. Okay. On May 2nd, 2025, that's the date Jack and Lilly went missing, family members taking part in the search for Jack and Lilly located a pink blanket. The following is a summary. Gannon and Mason were at Jack and Lily's residence on May 2nd, 2025 at around 4 p.m. when Haley and Hayden, it was Haley and Hayden, and Hayden's girlfriend came upon out of the woods to say that they found a pink blanket in the woods in a tree on Lansdowne Station Road. They showed a picture to Malaya and Daniel, right? On May 15th. Okay, let's see here. On May 15th, I had a conversation with a constable detailing a pink blanket being found in the search area along with Jack and Lilly, dated May 5th. They had, okay. Where they saw the blanket, okay. Hayden and Hayden's girlfriend went back to the location where they saw the blanket. Corporal Martin, on his police dogs, were called to the area. He took photographs of the blanket. He walked for about 1 kilometer in the area with the dog of the adjacent trail. They did not pick up a scent to complete a track. The other part of the blanket was seized from Malaya and Daniel's house. On May 4th, 2 days later, they didn't pick up that blanket out of the trash for 2 days after they found the pink blanket in the woods. It was located inside a trash bag at the end of the driveway. On May 5th, 2025 at 11:07, this is when they seized the blanket, and she compared it with the images of the blanket seized from the residence. She believed they were the same blanket. They had confirmed it was the same blanket. She drove to the location where the blanket was seized. She confirmed it was exactly 1 kilometer from Jack and Lily's residence. Okay. But there's got to be more, because maybe this isn't the whole article. Okay. This is where Jack had a blanket. Okay. Okay, I'll have to find the other part, but you just have to believe me that Malaya said 100% that she threw the blanket away a week prior. Daniel says he threw the blanket here and other places a week prior, and that Janie watched him throw it away because she was bitching about the trash being heavy.
Okay.
And so I had the blanket was in a garbage bag, but there was another garbage bag that was inside, right? So it was like double bagged.
Interesting.
And you could see I keep wanting to say a hole that was ripped in the side from a hand that went down inside of it and, you know, pulled something out. But
now, this is the thing. How do you know that there was a hand that ripped in, that was inside of it? And again, I'll say this again. Okay, let's say there's a blanket in a bag, right? There's a blanket in a bag, and you put your hand through the bag. You tear the bag, right? You tear a hole in the bag, and you put your hand down in the bag, and there's a blanket. Well, you got to rip that blanket. You got to rip the blanket. You can't rip a blanket with one hand. You cannot rip a blanket with one hand. You've got to do it with two hands. You've got to rip a blanket with two hands. You can't just reach a hand down in there and rip a blanket with one hand. It doesn't work like that. So that's my question. Yes, they did. They do. They have, and to be honest with you, gadget hand, unless you're Daniel Mathtel. What is going on? I was gone for 10 minutes. Nothing? Why? Yeah, I have to play a little bit of music in the background to keep it, fair use.
It looked to be like somebody put their hand in there and ripped it out. But the blanket was still at the bottom of the bag, right? It wasn't pulled all the way out. It wasn't anything like that. So
was the trash bag in the bottom of the can or on top of like all the other trash?
It was the garbage bag. That one big garbage bag. That was like a 60-pound garbage bag.
Hold on. What's going on? What's wrong, Tropicana? What's going on? I have no idea what's going on. Thank you. Not again. I don't know what's wrong with Tropicana. Honey, you can text me. Do you need to talk? You can just text me, darling.
And that was the only bag that was in there.
Or email.
Okay, so there wasn't any other trash on top.
No, there was nothing else piled on top of it or underneath it.
So if somebody opened the bin, that's the first thing that they would see.
Yeah, they would be able to see the pink blanket in there. Yeah.
Okay. And so it seems like in the documents that it alludes that they showed you guys a picture and that you guys confirmed it. Was that, if you didn't see a picture, do you know if Malaya did?
I'm not sure if she did or not. I have no idea. Because I actually wasn't present at the house very much during the search because I was just out in the woods searching, man.
Understood.
Like I poured my heart and soul into just searching as hard as I could.
I can imagine. And you're out there searching. Did you find out that night or was it the next day about the boot prints?
I actually found out, I think it was the next day. And then when I asked investigators when the boot print was found, they told me they weren't sure on the exact time it was found, but they thought it was found during the middle of the night.
Okay. And I know, and I made a mistake, guys, and I want to premise this was my mistake.
I don't know. Don't be timing anybody out.
I had indicated that this image here was a representation of what they had seen with the bare feet and the footprints. I went back and read my conversation with Daniel, so I just wanted to clarify it. What he said was that this picture, he had problems with it because he couldn't understand why a third person came, but this wasn't something that was shown to him by investigators. Kind of clarify, where did this image come from?
That image originally came from Maritime Happenings. Mom actually received it from Malaya. So Malaya sent it to my mother, and The mom and my brother came home on the ATV from the search from where.
Hold on.
By a third person came, but this wasn't something that was shown to him by investigators. Kind of clarify, where did this image come from?
Actually got it.
Okay, we went through this part.
In the direction of the pink blanket. If we, I wanted to show you this and get your opinion on this. So the blanket was found here. There's a road that leads back up. Now I kind of just did a line here.
Is Bogey in here? Hey, Bogey.
If you follow this road, and you just follow this little path here, it gets you on the pipeline. I mean, sure enough, you're right in the middle between that road that they mentioned.
No, listen. No, there wasn't. Listen, there was not a bear. There was not a. Listen, now, there has been a bear in Daniel's yard. That, yes, there has. I've seen a picture of a bear in Daniel's yard. That's true. But there wasn't a bear in the trash that poked a hole in it. And listen, if a bear is going to get in trash, that trash is going everywhere. Everywhere. And it has this big lid you got to flap over. Mohawk, I've wondered that myself, actually. Because Malaya and Janie did not seem to be on very good terms, right? On very good terms at all. Oh, thank you, Alicia. Thank you, baby. 9 months. We had a baby Pearl together. What are we going to name her? What are we going to name our baby Pearl? Thank you so much, my dear. Oh, Tropicana. Okay, I got what you're saying. I'll take care of that, Tropicana. Okay. I just got a text Tropicana about what's up. I'll take care of that. Okay. Let me find it. Let me see here. Give me 1 second, guys, so I can take care of something. Tropicana is always in here. She's amazing. I call her my Tropicana banana. I'm trying to find it, though, if I can find the damn thing. Hey, Mousy. Good to see you, babe. Damn, where's it at? Okay. I took care of it. Tropicana, you're good.
Have you gone down this area yourself throughout any point?
No, I haven't. I haven't done any of that area at that point.
At any point? What about now? Like since they found the boot print and stuff like
No.
that? Have you ever gone out here? Okay.
No.
What am I doing? There we go.
Now,
I thought that's a lot of that area was just searched with the.
Okay. Now, Daniel states that he's never ever gone to a place where the boot print is or the blanket. Like, as someone that he says that has went into the woods and constantly searching for the kids and all of that, wouldn't you want to go there and just like see the area? Right, Susie. Exactly, Susie Q. Good to see you, by the way. Daddy Deception Detective. Is DD in here? You would run to it. Yeah. You would run to it. Absolutely. You're going to that's exactly what you're going to do.
The human remains dog. So all that was just done.
The other weird thing about this though is
Oh, guys, listen. By the way, I wanted to ask you guys something. So, are y'all interested? Now, be honest. Just be honest. Are you guys interested in the new Jean-Benet Ramsey stuff? Are you interested in new evidence that they have found? Would you guys be interested in that kind of love? Because I don't. I have a very small connection to the Jean-Benet Ramsey case. No, I want you guys to be honest. I was close to the same age as Jean-Benet, and Patsy and all Jean-Benet's mother. We're from the same county, and Jean-Benet's father, John, they had family in the county that I have family in. And my dad was best friends with John's, I think it was his nephew. His name was Alan Ramsey. And while this was going on as a kid, I would go over to Alan Ramsey's house. And I remember my dad and Alan talking because it's his family member. Jean-Benet was the family member, obviously, of Alan. And it's one of the cases where I don't have an opinion on. It's probably the only case that I really don't have an opinion on. It really is. It's like the only case that I really don't have an opinion on. Because I think one way and then I think, another. No, I'm not. I'm not. But yeah, well, Kelly, the where are they in Colorado? I can't think of the name in Colorado right now. But wherever they are in Colorado, they said they have new evidence. Well, yeah, it's that too. But I mean, I know what some of the family members and distant family members, I guess you could say, said. I won't really repeat them, but I don't know about the case. Boulder, thank you. Boulder, Colorado. But like Patsy, she was definitely a high achiever. She was very headstrong. Everything had to be pretty much perfect. She liked things perfect. I think she was Miss West Virginia at one point. I know she was like our, like they have like Miss, name the city, like Miss New York or Miss Timbuktu or whoever. She was like that as well. So I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't like to say a lot because Pat's, she's dead now. She's dead now. But I'll never forget that as long as I live. I kept up with the case from the beginning. Would love to hear. Yeah. I mean, her family still lives here. They still live here. Yeah, Jean Benet's mother, she passed in 2000. Let me see here. I mean, it's God, for those of us that lived in that time, do y'all remember just how fucking crazy this case was? Look at this. It was on every tabloid. It was on every news because this, I mean, Jean Benet, like she was beautiful. She was beautiful. But like they taught her to be like Patsy. She wanted her to be, in my opinion, they wanted, in my opinion, the perfect image family, which, who doesn't want a good image, right? But
case of John Benet Ramsey.
I believe that the case will be solved with DNA technology. Lou Smith, the legendary detective, was brought in to work on this case by the DA early on, out of retirement.
That's Lakeside. That's probably one of the biggest hangups for me is that ransom note. The ransom note. I would love to talk to you that were in pageants. I wasn't in pageants or anything, but it's an interesting it's an interesting topic. Definitely, Dr. Vanna.
Told me, he said, this case will be solved by DNA.
Oops, this is not DT.
So nearly 3 decades later, John Ramsey continues speaking on the murder of his daughter, John Benet. And now police have a new update in the case, but still.
He says this is the first time in a long time that he's had hope for this getting solved.
No suspect. Friday, the Boulder Police Department released a video on the investigation of the 6-year-old's death in an effort to find some new leads. Police Chief Stephen Redfern assures the public that John Benet's death remains a top priority while sharing some new steps like DNA testing.
Listen to this.
Last year, we gave you an update about a lot of the work that has been done to solve this crime, and those efforts have continued. This case remains a top priority for our department. This past year, our detectives have conducted several new interviews, as well as re-interviewed individuals based on tips that we've received. We've also collected new evidence and tested and retested other pieces of evidence to generate new leads. Techniques and technology constantly evolve. This is especially true with technology related to DNA testing. Detectives continue to consult with outside experts from across the country, as well as our state and federal partners, to strategize and explore all options when it comes to evidence testing.
Okay, now the chief said the department has also been in contact with the Ramsey family. They urge anyone with knowledge of the crime to please come forward. So this update that really didn't give any details is what got us talking. And so what I was wondering, and I want to ask all of you, do you think there's a method to
So-
this madness?
For those that are interested in this case, the house that they lived in is very unique. There was so many stories to that house, right? And I would like to, like, if you guys want to do a really fucking deep dive, we can go into a deep dive and I can like show you the floors and how they are and how you couldn't be able to hear. Like, it's one house you're just not going to be able to hear. But the ransom letter, it always has bothered me. You know, if I had to pick between the two, if I thought one, it wouldn't be John. But you know, they've also supposedly have been cleared. You know, I've heard that as well. The note has to be a clue. The note has to be a clue. Right? Because the ransom note was exactly his bonus for that year. Exactly his bonus for that year. Right? So it had to be something. I don't know. But they lost everything. They lost everything. Like, once, I mean, they were pretty wealthy. Just
To have the
attorneys.
chief essentially go on, on television, online, on, wherever this update was played publicly, and basically say, we have an update and working on it, but there was nothing specific. We're talking about DNA testing. Well, what DNA? Whose did you find? Who are you in? It just, is there a reason for this? I just wonder, are they looking to surveil someone in particular? Are they trying to put this out there to maybe prompt someone to act so they can take a look at what they do? Manuel Gomez, you're joining the conversation. What do you say, please?
Well,
hey, Dr. Vana, if you want to, I would love to, we can do a dual stream together. I would love to do it with you. Absolutely. I would love to get your
severe
expertise on this. Absolutely.
research into this case, and I have to tell you, there is DNA found, new DNA found on the little girl's underwear. Okay, and this is what they were referring to about the DNA. He didn't come publicly and say it, but you notice he was talking more about the DNA, and that's the fact that I found out. Now, what I did know is they haven't researched the aspects they need to, and that is my recommendation and solution to help solve this case is, one, take the new DNA that they found, run it through all the jail databases. That's going to take an investigator anywhere between 2 to 3 months to run the entire United States. But you would run millions of people at one time to see if their DNA matches with the DNA found on the clothes of that little girl. Second, okay, on this case, I don't believe that it was just a pedophile that attacked the girl, but I do believe, unfortunately, that the father was involved. And due to the fact of his cordial, nonchalant attitude when he found the baby and when he brought up the body from the basement, the body, he asked, is she dead? Now, she had rigor mortis. Her eyes were white. Her body was completely pale. Why would you ask that when you found your kid? You'd be crying. The guy was nonchalant. There's something highly suspicious about him as well.
You know, meanwhile, I read Dr. Cyril Weck's book on the case. I've talked to him about it. God rest his soul, one of the greatest forensic pathologists of our time. He was highly suspicious of the father. We're going to get into more of Dr. Weck's findings later this week on the show. But in terms of what investigators are doing here, Tommy Pope, do you think this could be a prompt? Like, are they trying to prompt someone? Because they said nothing in terms of what.
Yeah, Dr. Bodner, I think it's how you pronounce it. He did the autopsy on Jean-Benet.
It's new. We don't know what.
And we can go through that too. It's really interesting. I think I might have her autopsy records. What about the neighbor who is the SO? Yes, he drew all the pics. He was obsessed. Yes, that's a very good angle. He gave them to the friends who came forward. You guys, yes, that was, I covered that a couple years ago, I want to say. A couple years ago.
It's new. You just came on and said you're working on the case still. Could this be, you know, deliberate?
Yeah, the friend lived in California, and it really bothered him.
A law enforcement tactic, in other words. Yeah, I think it could be. I will say it's an irony, Julie. You and I were talking when I saw you in studio in Atlanta, how I got invited to New York to talk about the John-Benet Ramsey case about 30 years ago, and the media was saying, why are they not more forthcoming? And I was explaining that sometimes law enforcement has to keep it close to the vest. And I joked that I never got invited back to that group after I told them the media didn't need to know more. But I think, we do have new technology. I can remember a death penalty case I tried right when DNA first started, and it was that RFLP DNA, and you had to have about the sample size of a quarter. And by the time the guy had gotten it overturned and come back, and I had to try him again, we had PCR. And so now you have the smaller, DNA. And so I think they've got the evidence. It's like Manuel said, maybe I was thinking run it through the database. Now the trap is there. If it is an inside.
Where Jean-Benet was found is very interesting to me as well, because the room that was almost like a hidden room was found. I found that interesting as well.
Job, if it is family related, if he's never been in the system, I'm sure they have their DNA, but we've got overlay of DNA when you're dealing with family members. So if it's totally
well, yeah, Bogey, I get that, and it bothers me that the whole family was just tromping through the house. Yeah, it's like I think it was a wine cellar or something like that. Like it was the furnace room, maybe something like that. I can't remember. I've got
foreign DNA, in other words, not relatives, then maybe they can make a pull from there. And like you said, maybe they have an eye on somebody and they're hoping to see if this makes them change anything. I mean, I've seen, law enforcement can use falsehoods to get confessions, so to speak. So they may say, we've got, we know that there's a red jacket.
But yeah, we can. I'll get in touch with Dr. Vanna and we'll do a deep dive on it. There's so much to that case. My goodness. It was downstairs in the room off to the side from a wine room, but the downstairs was huge from the pics I saw. Yeah. And then there was like something that they stood on to allegedly get out the window. Right? You never know. It's a crazy case. It was a suitcase or a bucket or something like that. Yeah, it was a suitcase. I think it was a suitcase. Yeah, they went to what gives me like the window was open, yeah, a little bit. What bothers me is like I can't imagine, regardless who did it, even if, you know, allegedly the parents did it, like them going down and searching and him bringing her up from the stairs and putting her there on the floor. That gives me chills. That gives me chills every time I think about that. Yeah, John was with the police officer. Um, do you guys remember that the detective, the female detective that was there, and she always blamed John, that and she said she had big eyes. She had the big eyes. She said, "Yes, yes." Didn't she die? I think she died. Um, but she's like, I had my gun on me, and she's like, if I looked at him in the eye, something like this, and she's like, I thought it was just him and I. What would their motive be, though? If you're asking me personally, um, I don't like that. I think that it's very possible. I don't want to say it's very possible. I think it's a possibility that Jean Benet went downstairs to get food that night, and they had came back from a party, all of that, and Patsy liked order, things clean, neat, very tidy, and she had a temper, in my opinion. So I think that I think it's something to that effect if it would have been them. The bowl of pineapple. Mhm. Yeah, that there was pineapple still in her stomach that wasn't digested yet. They even suspected the Santa Claus. I remember that. It was so crazy. It was such a crazy time. Like you couldn't like, back then tabloids were huge, magazines were huge, and every cover was Jean Benet. Yeah, joyous. Yeah. Everyone was glued. Like Jean Benet and OJ Simpson was the 90s. You know what I mean? Like this was the 90s. Who said he did it? He was the most sus to me so far. He's very sus. Night joyous. I'm about to jump off too. He's very sus. It's one of those cases where you just don't even know. Yeah, they did the garrote. Was never tested. Yeah, they said they have new evidence to test, whatever that is. Yeah, the Menendez brothers. Yeah. Yeah, they're all in Georgia. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. But I just wanted to ask you guys that and see if you would be interested or not. So I'll get in touch with Dr. Vanna and we'll get on it. I mean, you would think, right? Brown as blue, like a garrote, right? And then look at my hair sticking up. Oh hell with it. And then there would have to be DNA on it. There would have to be DNA. Absolutely have to be. Oh, really? That would be interesting to go back and read those, Dark. Small hands to pick a painting brush. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yes. I think John and Beth Halloway kind of dated a little bit. Yeah. Beth Halloway, she was such a good advocate for her daughter. She really was. Such a good advocate. I mean, that case is virtually solved. The guy who we always suspected admitted she's just never going to be found. She's just never going to be found, though. She's, you know, Beverly. I mean, that's the DNA that they found on it, but it can be, if if you buy underwear, it's the person, if there's a person packaging it or anything like that, DNA is everywhere. Hello, Wolfie. You're late. I'm about to end it. I'm about to wrap it up. Good to see you. Definitely forensics has changed. Oh, it's a total craziness. Yeah. But the new police chief there is probably the best police chief for Jean Benet's case so far, because they made a lot of mistakes. Boulder made a lot of mistakes, but Boulder back then was a lot smaller than it is today. True. And I agree. I think I believe John wants answers. It's whoever it is, I do believe they have to know more about them, though. They have to know a lot about them. That ransom letter. And the other thing about the ransom letter is most ransom letters are very short, right? This was lines and lines and lines and lines. Hold on, let me just do this. Hold on. Look at this. Here's the ransom letter. Let me make it full page. Here. Mr. Ramsey. Excuse me. Listen carefully. We are a group of individuals that represent a small foreign. Is it? I don't know what that is. I can't remember the word. We respect your business, but not the country that it serves. At this time, we have your daughter in our possession. She is safe and unharmed, and if you want her to see 1997, you must follow our instructions to the letter. You will withdraw 118,000 from your account. 100,000 will be in $100 bills, and the remaining 18,000 in $20 bills. Make sure that you bring an adequate size attached to the bank. Something, is that what it said? There's an attaché. When you get home, you will put the money in a brown paper bag. I will call you between 8 and 10 a.m. tomorrow to instruct you on delivery. The delivery will be exhausting, so I advise you to be rested. If we monitor you getting the money early, we might call you early to arrange on an earlier delivery of the. Hold on. How do I go second? Of the money, and hence I can't see what that is either. Pickup of your daughter. Any deviation of my instructions will result in the immediate execution of your daughter. You will also be denied her remains for proper burial. The two gentlemen watching over your daughter do purportedly, I think that's what it is, take you. So I advise you not to provoke them. Speaking to anyone about your situation, such as police, FBI, etc., will result in your daughter being beheaded. If we catch you talking to a strange something, what? Stray something, she dies. If you alert bank authorities, she dies. If the money is in any way marked or tampered with, she dies. You will be scanned for electronic devices, and if any is found, she dies. You can try to deceive us, but be warned that we are familiar with law enforcement countermeasures and tactics. You stand a 99% chance of killing your daughter if you try to outsmart us. Follow our instructions. And you stand 100% of getting back her if you follow instructions, and your family are under constant scrutiny as well as authorities. Don't try to grow a brain, John. You are not the only is it fat ass around or something like that? So don't think that a killing will be different. Don't underestimate us, John. Use that good Southern comfort sense of yours. It is up to you now, John. Victory, SBTC. Yeah, she was Miss Georgia. She was Miss West Virginia, I think. I knew she was our town here, at least. I mean, most people don't write a ransom letter like this. Like a ransom letter is usually a few lines, but this is 3 pages. Yeah, it's not a foreign. This person knows how much is in their bank account, knows that John is Southern, and he's got money, and he's, kind to people. Fat cat, that's what it was. Fat cat. Now that you say it, it comes back to me. Oh, what happened where the wind blows? Nice, Dr. Vanna. I'm so sorry for your loss where the wind blows. It's really sad, honey. I'm so sorry. So, I don't know. All right, guys, that's all for tonight. Appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will be back tomorrow, Lord willing, as we Southerners say. We do not talk like that. No. This is a white person. It's a white person as a white person gets. I like fat ass better. I said fat ass. I knew it was a 3-letter word, but it was fat cat. You just couldn't hardly see it though. I mean, to me, the person who wrote that was intentionally writing like that, and it would have taken a long time to write a letter 3 pages long. And you would have either had to have, I'm saying goodbye and I'm getting still into it. You would have had to have either written the letter first and then went upstairs and got her, or you would have had to have gotten her, unalived her, put her up, and then wrote a letter. Oh, yeah. Not you again. Yeah. The regular messages. What's the regular messages, honey? You're awake. Well, you can go live, Dr. Vanna. Yep. To me, it looks like it was written almost with like their left hand or their non-dominant hand, rather, unless they were. Yeah. I mean, I still couldn't write that well with my, my right hand. Or my left hand, rather. Of course, people head over there. Absolutely. Absolutely. The night is young. Remember, YouTube is 24/7, 365. There's always somebody. Someone's always up. Much love, everyone. It was also printed. Yes, yep. When you said printed, I didn't understand what you meant. I was thinking printer off a printer, but you print. Okay. All right, guys. Good night, everyone. God bless.